Hi guys, it's Teresa gardening on the West Fork, and I'm not going to be planting. These are my loofah plants. Look at the vines.
Let's take a look.
Look at these. I've never grown them before. A friend of mine gave me a loofah sponge and a loofah gourd. These are actually gourds, but you can eat them when they're an inch long. I'm going to let mine see how big they get, and if they dry, they make wonderful loofah sponges. And if you go into your little CVS store, if you have one, they're like $6 for a little loofah sponge. But I'm trying this year, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to direct it onto my fence. They love full sun, and they need space to grow. I don't know how many feet this is going to get, but I know Donna had a big vine, so we'll see. And you can get between 5 and 40 gourds on one plant, so we'll see how that works out. The other binding thing we're going to do, and this is I want to show you. We're going to do how I do my clematis, like down in the garden. And this, I just had taken this off. We've had frost last night, and this is Ramona, and she just climbs up on my PG tree, which is so cool. And but I'll show you what I do down with a clematis that hasn't any support yet. So I guess we're going to go down in the garden. I'll show you what's going on. We'll see you down there.
Earlier today, I was out in the garden and uncovered my tulips, my hostas, due to the frost. And the good news is that went down to 23 degrees and they seem to recovered very well. I didn't see too much damage to any of the other plants that I didn't cover, but I did get the hostas, the clematis, the tulips, and I think that was about it. And they looked great.
I have already gone in and taken off all of my frost cloth off my plants. When it does frost, you've got them covered. We got down to 23. You want it to take these cloths off before it gets too hot, because it'll damage your plants underneath. And so I've gone in, and everything looked like it survived very well. Virginia Zone 6B. You know, last year we didn't get a frost, and we just came through one. And so far everything survived. My tulips heads, a lot of them were covered, and we'll see what happens. I'm just glad that I covered things. You feel better. All the clematis have survived, and that's what we're going to be working on today with one of the vines. I want to show you where Roguchi was and is, and where the loofahs are going to go. Why don't we just start here with Roguchi. But what you want to do with a climbing clematis, and it's beautiful, it's giving something to climb on. So these are what I do every season. I run some garden twine right up through these these little
eye hooks.
Eye hooks, thanks.
Got another one up there?
I've got one up there. I'm going to also, though, do something here, because Roguchi is very productive.
Really? You think it'll get that high?
We'll see. Oh, yeah, I do. We shall see. Or if I'm wrong, it's okay. But I want definitely some place for Roguchi to climb. So we have this little bit of support. It doesn't take much once they get going. I'll tie this off. I'm going to keep a little slack of this cord, because you can see there's multi branches coming from the bottom. So I may want to just
maybe put another hook down there.
Another hook or things like that. So that's how simple that gets. And to see that she survived made me happy. But over here was a big project today for the loofah plants. And I've already started putting in eye hooks here. I'm going to use wire for this climber, because they're a pretty strong climber and the gourds can get heavy. So this may help with protecting the plant from breaking. And all I've done, I've got some little black eye hooks, and I've put a few holes on this fence. I've got that one drilled, and I'll do one more. Anyhow, I will put hooks here, and then as she grows or they grow, I can add more. Like I said, I've never grown one, but I know that they require full sun, at least 6 hours. I've got compost. I just dug from the compost pile. I'll throw in the area of where I plan to put the loofah. And this is well, so far, this is not a real difficult thing to do. Watch where you're stepping.
Yeah, watch your step.
I know. Those are my plants that go in a pot later on in the next week or so. So I'm going to bring it across here. And you saw the vines just on those two plants. I'm going to do this. Twist this off.
Well, I've seen the size of some of those gourds.
Yeah.
And you'll need some strength.
I know. I'll figure it out as I go because, like I said, I've never grown this plant, and it'll be fun to find out if I need to add more. So with the soil, all I'm going to do, I have clay. You can see that I have clay soil, and you can have clay soil as long as you have some good compost.
Good amendment.
Yeah, good amendment, and that is what I have. And a little bit of clay helps hold moisture, and your loofah likes moisture. You want to, if you don't have rain, you want to water it at least once a week, and you don't have to keep fertilizing. If you want to fertilize your loofah, high nitrogen one. I'm going to go with just my compost, unless I see that the leaves don't look as. I'm so lucky, yeah. My compost is right around the corner if you're a new viewer. Love my compost. And it sounds like it's not too complicated.
Hanging.
They're going to be hanging.
And I've seen pictures, and
yeah, I'll put a picture up there of the size of these gourds. And if I get 5, I'll be happy. 40 in one plant, that has to be in a more hot environment because they do like the high heat.
Well, I think they'll get a lot of sun here, though, in this area.
Once the trees have been removed, yeah, it'll be a lot of sun in this area.
Good.
So that's my project of the day. The plants won't go in. I'm going to start hardening off my loofah next week, which will be the 3rd week of April? Anyhow, it's supposed to be 60s, a few 70s, but the important thing is the nighttime temps. So, I'll bring them out for a few hours on the first day to keep them out of the sun. You can look up hardening off, but you don't put them in direct sun all day the first day you bring them out. It's very gradual. So I'm going to give them about a week to harden off. And then I'll take a look at the 10-day forecast. If they can go in the ground, they'll go in the ground. The other thing before we go that I'm going to do today is I'm going to do the first mow. The grass is really tall. It's a dry day.
Well, I see the mowers out,
Yeah. And when you mow your first time, you mow high. Go to your highest setting on your mower. It's just about taking tops off. And then later on, like next week, if it's grown a little more, then you can lower your mower a little bit. But you don't want to go low because you want your grass, those roots, to not be exposed to being fried. You want to keep them shaded so they can still grow. And so that'll be the last thing I do today. And I'll give you a picture of how nice it looks. I love to see a fresh mown lawn. Anyhow, that was an easy day, and I hope you are out there getting things ready for the explosion of energy from your plants, your flowers, your veggie garden, and your grass. So thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork. We'll see you the next time.